Hi, this is Enis from Never Stop Trucking. Welcome to another video. Today we are going to talk about brokers. I wanted to talk about bad brokers and good brokers. This first part will be about good brokers because we want to stay positive. We want to, give them some credit. It's not like, it feels like there is always this tension, like dispatchers versus brokers or dispatchers versus drivers. So I want to be fair. I want to start with good brokers, and there are a lot of good brokers out there. There are a lot of people that I've been working for with years, very decent guys, and it's not their fault if sometimes things get canceled. But for sure, there are some bad brokers too. But like I said, let's do good brokers first. Okay, so what I have here, this is going to help me a little bit. As you know me, I try not to prepare for my videos, which is kind of different. But I got my trucking office software here, TMS software, and I'm going to just go back with in the list here, my invoices that I did, and then they all contain the broker's names. So I'm just going to go back, and then as I see them, I'll talk a little bit about them if I know them well. If I don't say anything about the certain broker, then that means that I don't know them well, or I'm indifferent. There is no whether they're great or good. They're just okay. So I'm gonna start with Coyote here. Coyote has been really good for me. When I was at my other company before this, I had a contact person, and what's nice of them, they always give you a contact person, and it's usually these nice guys. Usually they have them, as far as I know, this just out of college, and they train them. They train them well. And then if you never seen, go to Coyote's website, and they have some cool videos about the environment they work in. It's really cool. They've done a very good job, with the design and the organization. So they are organized. If you book a load at Coyote, it's probably gonna go well. It's not gonna be one of those bad loads. And then as far as paying, they also pay on time. They don't give you much trouble with paying. You can upload the invoices, the bill of lading on their website. So Coyote, good broker. Magellan, it also is a good broker. I worked with them before, and then even in this new company of mine. I still call it new, even though it's been a year and a half old now. But Magellan is generally okay. I don't have anything bad to say about them. You book a load with them. They give you a load. Usually there are no trouble, and they pay you on time, so they're okay too. Next one is Echo here. I'm just gonna try to highlight them. Echo Global, they are a very good broker. I also worked with them even when I was driving a long time ago, and then I was dispatching for a little bit in that company. I remember we had these loads from Echo, and then Echo also assigns you a contact person, and you work with them all the time, and they're very helpful. The guy that I work with, his name is Jet, and then he told me that his guys, watched some of my videos. So just saying hello to Jet here. But generally, any of these guys in Echo, whenever they call you, they are generally nice and want to help you, and they have good loads. Echo has good loads. Nothing crazy, but they're better than average, and they know right away where it's picking up, where it's going to, and they help you throughout the whole process. And they don't do anything shady, and they also pay on time, very fast. I think it's maybe like less than 30 days. That's how fast they pay. So they're good. Okay, next one. Uber Freight is also a good broker. When they first started, I mean, it was just like their business model, they tried to implement, whatever they had with their Uber service, like transporting passengers. But when they came in this market, they were very well prepared. They were organized. I suppose they had money, and they right away had a good website, good app, a lot of loads, a lot of people working for them, and they were very organized. At the beginning, they were very cheap, with their loads, but with time, their rates went up a little bit. And Uber Freight, you can go to their website. Usually, most of their loads get booked over there. I think that's their concept. They want you to go to their website or to the app. If you're an owner operator, you just go on the app and book a load. But it's really cool. You can see all the information about the load, and you can book it right there. Unfortunately, they don't have a bidding option, which I think they should do, because most brokers, when they have a load posted on their website, you can also bid on a load. You can give them your offer. Uber does not have it at the time of this recording, so I suggest to them that they have it. For them, it's take it or leave it. But what I like about Uber is like, you just click on a button, book a load, and that's it. You're dispatched. And then recently they just assigned me a guy that works with me. So I did have a problem, and then I called him, and then every time I called him, he answered. It goes directly to him, and then he answers the phone, and he was very helpful too. And the best thing about Uber is that they pay quick. I mean, they pay quick, no charges. Like let's say you do a load today, it's finished, you get the bill of lading, you invoice the load, send it to their email, they respond to you right away and tell you, hey, we received the email, and then within the same day or next day, they say your paperwork was okay, you will get your money in a couple of days. And then sure enough, I get paid, through direct deposit from Uber in at most 3 days after I send them it's in my bank account. I love that. That's really cool. Their freight could be better paying. I mean, it could be higher. At least give us an option to bid on a load, to offer you more money. Their freight is not the best paying. But in my eyes, the convenience and the ease and speed of payment, help with that. Okay, so let's come to the next one. Fox. Okay, Fox Transport Services. They're out of Grand Rapids here. A long time ago, I went to this guy's office. Just wanted to introduce myself. I met the owner. It's a smaller company. I think they have like 5, 6, maybe 7 employees, and they're generally very kind people, very helpful. They pay also very fast. I get a payment from them, by check in maybe like I don't know, like a couple of weeks. I'm just trying to remember, but I know it's very fast, and no issues with their loads. They don't mess around. The only thing about them is that they always pay less than other brokers. So that's what I don't like about Fox. They could be paying more, like even in very good times, like when the markets are very good and the loads are paying high, they don't pay that much. They just pay okay. So that's my suggestion. That's the only thing that they could work on. Next one, JAT of Fort Wayne. I also know them for a long time. They also don't mess around, kind of like local guys, out of Fort Wayne, not from here, but I have a guy who lives in Fort Wayne who does a lot of loads for them. And then usually what they do is they post their loads between 7 and 8 a.m. and that's it, and they cover them early and then they're gone. And they are good paying loads, these loads, they give you right away a good rate, and then you can always negotiate a little bit too. But they just try to book their loads early. Everyone is there at 7 at least, maybe even earlier. But that's how they work. They kept bothering me about ACH, because like they charge $10 if they send you a check, if they don't have the ACH on their computer, their records. Okay, so if they send you a check, they charge you $10. I think that's really unnecessary. I mean, most other brokers don't have a problem with sending a check, so they could maybe don't do that. But other than that, good people, good broker. Okay, Ford Freight is out of it's north of Grand Rapids. I'm not. Let me see. It's Muskegon, or is it? Yeah, Muskegon. And they're also these local guys who don't mess around, and they have good rates. They have really good rates. They give you a good rate right away, and then you can also negotiate a little bit, and they don't screw around. They pay on time, fast too. So there are like 2 or 3 guys that I work there with, and I recommend them to anyone. I don't know. I think they're fairly new too. I mean, not that new, but maybe like a few years. Okay, but ever since they started, they've been professional like that. Okay. Next one, let me see. We talked about this. XPO. XPO is also a good broker. Some people had trouble with XPO before, and they complained about XPO. For me, they've been okay. I did have a couple of times a problem with my trailer being damaged, because they do a lot of GM work, a lot of racks for auto industry, and then these racks like tend to make, like when they lift them up too high, because they're so high sitting in the trailer, and on top they have these bars, and they tend to make puncture the roof of your trailer. Okay, and it's GM just doesn't want to pay you for that. They do it, and they say, hey, we don't know, we just it was like that when you came in, or you have no proof, or they just ignore you. And XPO has not been very helpful in any case like that. They say, well, because they have these websites where you bid for GM, for auto industry loads, and you should go there. But I'm not a member of that website. I just booked a load on a DAT board through the broker directly, and now they just say just go there and fill out the report. So they are not good about that. But other than that, they have good rates. Paying on time. Usually they don't lie to you or anything like that. So they're in my eyes, they're a good broker. Okay, BMM also is a good broker. I think they're out of Chicago, and I worked with one person for a long time, and they always call me, ask me if I need more of those loads. They also pay on time. They don't screw around. So good broker. BMM Logistics is a good broker. Megacorp is also a good broker. I don't have a lot to say about them, but they're okay. They pay on time. They have good loads, decent loads, so they're good. Pathmark. I think this was the first load I did with them, and there was something I can't remember. Something was, and they were not very helpful. Pathmark. So I am not gonna say anything bad, but I really didn't like the way they handled things. C.H. Robinson, you either love them or hate them. No one is indifferent towards them. I've had good experience with C.H. Robinson. I always had good reps, and I have one rep that I work with through GChat on Google Workspace, whatever they call it now. They change their name all the time. Some people say CH cheap and heavy. Yeah, to an extent. Like if the markets are bad, their loads are really bad. Like you go to their website, you can't find a decent load. They're not gonna they post a rate really low, and they're not gonna go up. That's the thing with CH Robinson. There are a lot of loads that they have that load late and unload late for some reason, and they have a lot of loads that are heavy, a lot of heavy loads with CH Robinson. I'm not saying all of them, but most of them are very heavy. But on the other hand, when the markets are good, you can get surprised that they will pay you well for a load, and then on other loads they will pay you like a normal market rate. So you can book. I book a lot of loads with CH Robinson. They send you a rate confirmation right away. They don't mess around. With some brokers you have this thing where they have to call the customer, confirm the load, make sure that pickup times are okay. Something they have to confirm, and then they will send you a rate confirmation. They wait like 20, 30 minutes or an hour. No, CH Robinson, you book the load, they have the load. Okay, they don't post a fake load that they have to check on. They have a load already. You book it, you get the rate confirmation right away with all the information. You don't even have to sign it, and the load is yours. You dispatch your drivers, and drivers on your way. If you have a problem, your rep that you have tries to help you. They pay you fast too. They pay you within like 3 weeks. You can also go to their website, upload the paperwork, get paid soon. Okay, so these are all the things that I like about CH Robinson. So yeah, in my opinion, still CH Robinson is a good broker. If you see a cheap and heavy load with them, you don't have to book it. Okay. But if you see a good load, then once you book it, then you should be all set. One thing I want to mention about CH Robinson, and this is a problem with most big brokers that claim that they have 24/7 dispatching, like after hours, weekend help. CH Robinson, if you're doing a load over the weekend, you have to deliver or pick up, and then something goes wrong and your rep is not available because they're probably off on the weekend, then good luck. Their after hours is useless. They're just, what do? They maybe they can put in times when you picked up, notes. You tell them this is what happened. They just put a note. They can't call the customer. They can't call your rep. They can't help you in any way. And it seems to me like they don't even know how to help you. All they know is to collect your information, tell you, yeah, we're going to call you back. And most of the time they never call you back, and they can't do anything. So, but then on Monday, like if you call your rep and you tell them, hey, we had this problem, and then they ask, well, did you call the after hours? Yeah, no, I didn't. Well, you should have. I can't help you now. But if you called and they said, yeah, well, I called, but they didn't do anything, then they just don't say anything. Yeah, okay, well, because they know that's how they are. Let me go to the next one. Nolan is, they're also okay. NTG, they're a good broker. They pay on time, no messing around. So they're okay. CRST, they're, a very big, a carrier and a broker. So I don't have really much to say about them. I don't think they're the best, but I haven't done a lot of loads with them. Let me see. 3 loads I did with them. So let me see. They paid fairly quick, within 30 days. Same here. Yeah, so I guess they're okay. West Michigan Transport, they're here also local, and they're also a good broker. Only one time I had a problem. Something was canceled, I think. Yeah, that's this one. But look at this. They gave me $250 for truck order not used, and most brokers will give you $150. Maybe some cheap ones will even give you $100 for truck order not used, but not them. They just gave me $250. So yeah, they're a good broker, and I've done, let me see, a few loads with them. Hold on. Yeah, I've done a few loads with them, and they pay, like less than a month. Yeah, less than 30 days. That's how fast they pay. Okay, next, Freedom. I've done a lot of loads with Freedom. We've been doing these loads to stores. We've done they have these loads that there are multiple stops, and most people don't want to do them, but these guys pay very well for those loads, and we do them all the time for them. And then they pay on time. They're helpful. There are like 3 guys that I work there with, and they're Freedom Freight Solutions. They also go by Transport Solutions, something like that. They have 2 names, but they're a very good broker. Even one time we had a claim, someone stole the freight out of the truck, and they handle it very well, these guys. So let me see. I've done you see, like, this is, we did a lot of loads with them. Okay, so 99% no problems. Okay, so let me go back. Spot freight, they're also okay. Sometimes they can get cheap, but they're okay. Armstrong is okay. Trans 50 okay. Suntec is okay. ATN is okay too. I know them. They're Boston out of Kentucky, so they're okay too. Buchanan, they're out of Fort Wayne, Indiana, and we did a few loads with them, and they are a good broker too. They have decent paying freight, and they pay on time. M&L is a very good broker. They are like one of those type of people, like like me, straight to the point, no messing around. Like, you take it or leave it. Here's your rate. Here's a good rate for you. They don't like to negotiate a lot, but they give you a good rate in the beginning. They pay on time. Like, let me just show you. Like 2,800 they gave me to Allentown out of Fort Wayne. So it's a good rate, and I know them from before. I worked with them in my first company. I worked with them too. All right, next one. Arrive is also a good broker. I always had a contact person with them too, and all of them were very good guys, very helpful, and they don't, like, my drivers are very picky, and they don't complain much about it. They just keep working with them. And so Arrive also, they pay on time. They're a good broker. Universal Traffic Service, or UTS, I worked with them before, and I started working with them again now. They're a good broker. They have a lot of requirements. They have a lot of things that they require. They, in my opinion, have a lot of... they ask for a lot of things, like way too much. They try to be like very strict about everything. And then I had one problem with them before, where I was on this load, like a contracted load, and something happened. They took off a few stops, but my driver had to go like 300 miles extra, to get to the next one, even though the first few stops were canceled, and they didn't want to pay those miles. Okay, so I got in an argument with them, and they told me, like, hey, if we can pay you this load, but if we pay you this load like we're supposed to, we're not going to work with you anymore. Which, like, what do you mean? So they paid me the full load, but they never wanted to work with me again with that company, because they had to pay me the full load. They had to pay me the miles to get to the next one. So that's not cool, but they're still, I guess, okay. They have a good freight, good paying load, and they have a website, and most of their loads they post on their website. Okay, so let me go to next one. Fifth Wheel, they're also a good broker here out of Kalamazoo. Well, they have an office in Grand Rapids here, and I think in Ohio. I'm not sure, but we do these loads out of Kalamazoo. So they're good brokers, not messing around, and pay on time. Team Freight Logistics, also here local, and I think they're also fairly new, and they also give you good rates, good people over there. D&L Transport, is that the one from here? No, this is a different. No, that was a D&D that I was talking about. D&D Transport, if I don't see them here out of Muskegon, they're really good people, great guys. They have their own trucks and brokerage, but they give you good rates, and you can trust them. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep going. Freightco, long time ago they were not they were on do not use list, do not buy list on the factoring company that I used, and they have a bad payment history, and even these few loads that I took with them, they were cheap. Okay, I mean, they seem to be doing okay now, like as far as being honest and all that, but the rates are just not there. Okay. Backhaul Direct, they're okay as well. Mika Trade, they're also local from Ohio, I think, and they also have good rates, and they're like one of those old school guys, but they're good, honest people, and they have good loads. They also pay fast. Allen Land, I don't know. Allen Land is just okay, maybe we'll talk about them when we do the bad brokers, because they used to be very good, but lately, I don't know. Premier Freight, also out of, I think these are the ones out of Holland here. Yeah, they're very good. Premier Freight, honest, pay fast, they don't mess around as well. They tell you the truth, and they're good, okay? 5-Star Trucking, I'll leave them for the other one, if you know what I mean, for the next video. King of Freight is also okay. Shoreway is also okay. I think they go by ATS as well. Circle, did I talk about Circle? No, Circle is okay. They're a large broker, and they mostly they have good rates, good loads, and helpful. They pay also on time. Never have any trouble with paying. So I would say that they are okay. Transplace, they have Transplace Texas and another one. I think they're connected, these two. They're also okay brokers. They, not bad, I would say. TQL. Oh, we need a whole video for TQL. I'm just gonna say that they're okay. Okay, whatever you might think, whether you might not agree. I could maybe do a video about them, but I'm just gonna say that they're okay. And I know you're surprised. JB Hunt, I'll leave them for the other one. Okay, if you know what I mean. These guys are from here, Kodiak, and I think they're okay. Never had any trouble with them, but they're small here from West Michigan. Sweet Logistics, also here from Grand Rapids, also Bosnian owned. They are one of the largest carriers in state of Michigan. They started, I don't know, about like 20 years ago or so here, two brothers, and they developed, a lot of trucks now, like 200-300 trucks, a lot of trailers. They have a shop, a big brokerage, and their brokerage is good. They pay very fast, like within like a week or so, and they have good rates too. But lately, I don't see any of their loads, probably because they put them on their own trucks, so their brokerage is good. Landstar, I just did a video about them. They are not okay. All right, well, this is it for this video. On this list, there are a few brokers, a lot of brokers that I skipped, but like I said at the beginning of the video, that if I skip them, that means that they're okay to work with. I have nothing special to say about them. There might be some of them that I'll be talking in my next video about bad brokers, so I'll make a list of that. With that, I have to go through a list before I start the video, and then just give you a few pointers about those brokers. Go to my website to download sections. There's a lot of downloads, a lot of free downloads too for dispatchers and for carriers. Check out what I have over there. If you think that there should be something else there that I should upload or make for you, like a spreadsheet or a document, just let me No, again, my name is Anis. This is Never Stop Trucking. Come back for more, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you around.